All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Level 1 Podcast, Episode 2. Since I rebranded my podcast, how's everyone doing this morning? I hope you're doing well. As I see people filing into the stream, I welcome you to July. That is correct. Today is July 1st, 2022. And we are officially heading into the second half of the year. Where did the first half go is a good question. It feels like this year started off slow, and then all of a sudden, right, it got so busy, especially for those of us who are gamers, right? There was that month of February and March was so heavy with releases, so chock full of incredibly lengthy games. And then since then, like, everything has been like a blur, even though, let's face it, most of those lengthy games we beat months ago, right? Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, but it just seems like everything kind of melded together, and then we had all the chaos of June with all the new game announcements and updates of digital presentations in place of E3. And now here we are. All right, here we are. It's already the second half of the year. Right? Now, admittedly, there will be a slow start to the summer. As we've been talking about recently, there is almost nothing going on in the realm of video games or new releases right now. In fact, there's only really two major releases I'm interested in July, one being Stray, the other being As Dusk Falls, both of which come out on the same day, July 19th. Outside of that, there's just not a lot going on. So this month is going to be a lot of opportunity for me to play stuff that I've wanted to play for a long time and haven't had a chance to, for me to do playthroughs that have been fan requested, that I've wanted to do for a long time. Mostly retro, I'll be honest. There will be a few other things that maybe aren't as retro. But definitely, it's going to be a lot of fun stuff for those who are like fans of me and my content in more than just a casual viewing. You know what I'm saying? For people who only come by for hot new releases, there's just not much to go on. You know, there's nothing really going on right now. It's funny because I've actually had a few people come by the streams recently and say, oh, why don't you do a second run of Elden Ring? A second run of Elden Ring. The game that took me 2 months to beat, over 2 months to beat, over a 140-hour playthrough. You really want me to go back to it right now? Really? That's what you want? I don't think that's what they want. It's pretty ridiculous. Okay? Anyway. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about this morning, being that today is July 1st, 2022. All right. First of all, a new month means a lot of things. First of all, if you are someone who pledges to my Patreon, I know that I almost never mention it, right? It's basically kind of an afterthought. People who pledge to my Patreon usually are people who are long-standing supporters of mine and who have, enjoyed my content for years and years and years. They're not necessarily people who can attend all of my live streams, but they like having a way to give ongoing support to my content without having to have any stream interaction. You see, you could check it out yourself. It's at patreon.com/darksidephil. I'll admit, I haven't updated the thing in a million years. Okay. Basically, you pledge there and you can earn some perks. Some of the perks you can get is like premium forum access or getting your questions answered for sure on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King. Are they the best, most exciting perks ever? Hell no. Not at all. I'll openly admit that. My focus is here on the streams and has been for many years. So certainly don't seem too excited for it. At the same time, maybe you're someone who doesn't attend all the streams and you would like to say, hey, I want to support Phil and DSPGaming in general, but I'm just not on the streams to get shout-outs. I don't really care about that. Patreon might be a way to do it, okay? I just want to say, shout out to those who do pledge to my Patreon, because I almost never do that. I usually only even mention it like every other month when I'm about to do Ask the King, which incidentally we are next week. We're doing Ask the King. I don't know if you guys know that. Yeah, my Q&A show returns next week. Okay? But anyway, the reason we do that is because patrons earn the right to have their question answered fully on Ask the King. Guaranteed. They're guaranteed answers on the show. For the certain level that you would pledge or whatever. So, just on a whim, I figured I would mention it this morning. You probably won't hear me mention it much ever, in the future. Once every in a blue moon, give it a look. And I am appreciative of those who do support the streams with Patreon. Today in particular is the day when Patreon pledges renew for another month, which is why I had it in mind this morning. I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna renew, and then overnight into tomorrow, I can message my patrons and let them know how to get their perks for the month and stuff like that. So, okay. All right, so it's a new month, and typically, at the very beginning of every new month, I would announce a new member's goal. All right? I am going to do that. I'm going to tell you what my idea is for the next level of member's goal here. All right? However, I am not going to announce what the goal numbers-wise is yet. All right? And let me explain what I mean by that, okay? So, the point of a member's goal is to try to promote growth of the channel, right? I would like to see people become members in order to not only benefit from all the things that you get becoming an individual member of DSPGaming, but also to help the long-term growth of this channel. And hopefully, if we hit a collective goal where everyone works together to hit it, then we get a reward. All right? For example, coming up this week is the Viewer's Choice playthrough. You guys are currently voting on a game that I'm going to play as a full playthrough here over the summer, and that's a result of hitting a member's goal for last month. On July 9th, we're doing a React Marathon, where I'm going to be reacting to some kind of content, all right? We're not exactly locked in at what yet, but I'll be reacting to some kind of content. We're going to do a Feasting with the King, and there's going to be a fun WWE simulation match, all right? That's a result of us hitting a member's goal, you see? I love doing these special events for you guys. So, for this month, there will be one, all right? And I can tell you already what the goal will be, and I think you guys are going to like it, okay? So, we're going to do a combination goal for this month, the month of July. It's going to be a twofold event, all right? You ready for this? Basically, hold on. Oh, excuse me. If we hit the members goal for this month, I will be locking into another daily marathon event. And this marathon will have two parts. One thing that we have been discussing is, recently, different React style content. And one of the things that I've actually been a little bit, how can I say? I like doing React content now that I've started doing it. But, excuse me, if you're going to do a React like marathon, right, you need to have enough to really fill it up. And so I've been thinking about, what can I do to fill up an entire day with React content? Do I really want to sit around and do it all day? And I've come to the conclusion that maybe I don't. All right? Maybe what I should do is a variety marathon to entertain you guys in different ways over the course of the day. I've already told you on July 9th, I'm going to break it up and we're going to do a WWE fantasy match, right? So, we've been talking about this recently, and what I think I would like to do is a marathon where we maybe do some React-style content. We'll pick something out for me to watch and react to, but that's not what I do all day, all right? One thing that we have discussed recently that you guys seem to express some interest in, which I think is kind of silly, but at the same time, it might actually be entertaining. That's the most I can open it, so you can't see anything. That didn't really serve much purpose, did it? So right next to me here in my office, I have a closet. Okay? This closet is jam-packed with shit. And what I mean by that is shit. Not like useful things, meaningful things, things that, I could actually put to use. It's mostly junk. There's a lot of broken stuff in this closet that I just never got around to getting rid of or throwing out. I actually see, I'm not even kidding, just looking. There's a giant box in there for a tower fan that I bought 8 years ago when I first moved into this house. I don't have the fan anymore. It broke. The fan's gone. I threw it out at the dump, but I have the box for it in the closet. There you go. So, I'm looking through here, and I'm like, dude, There is so much junk. Here, I'll just give you a little preview. You ready? Here's a little preview. Oh, look at this. Motion projector with spiders. Web with spiders in motion. So, many years ago, when I was looking to do a setup for Halloween, okay? I wanted to do Halloween decorations on my stream for a Halloween marathon one year. I went and I bought this projector from Target. It says only at Target, so I guess I bought it at Target. And it was supposed to be a spider web with spiders, like, projecting on the wall behind me. So I bought it, I brought it home, I plug it in, and it basically would not work. Here's why. It would shine in my face the whole stream. Like, if I had a projector over here, shining at me, yeah, sure, you could see spiders and spider webs behind me, but it'd also be blowing right in my face. What I was thinking was, maybe I could, like, project it up at an angle behind me, like here on the floor. It just didn't work. I messed around with it a little bit, and at the time, I couldn't really get it to work or be of any use. This has sat in my closet for years. I don't even remember when I bought it. It could have been 2-3 years ago. It could have been 5, 10, 7 years ago. Who knows? I don't know. It's old. It looks old to me, but it's never been used. So here's something. You pull it up, fuck around with it, plug it in, see what it does, right? I'll give you another example. The fuck is this? What the hell is that? I don't even know what any of this is. To even pull down and show you, I don't even know what half this stuff is. Oh, this will be cool. Here we go. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. Ah. Whoa. Here's something cool. So, I'm pretty sure you all know about my cowboy hat, right? The hat that I've worn on stream for many a year, over a decade. Ask the King, it's a staple, but I always wear it all the time now, you know, if we hit a hat goal or whatever on a stream. All right? And a lot of people always have questions about what kind of a hat is it, where did you get it, right? Here's the lid to the hat box with really cool art, and it actually has right on it the date. July 28th, 2010. Yeah. What's weird about this is, for some reason, I had it mailed to my parents' house, and I wasn't living at my parents' house at the time. I had my condo. So I have no idea why I mailed this to my parents' house. It doesn't make any sense at all, actually. But it actually is the name of the store. I wonder if the store even exists anymore. You can look it up and see if they still exist, right? And probably what I would do is take this label off and show you this nice art. Like, the box was humongous, you see? So I went to Nashville in 2010 for a tournament in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And the top 3 players in that tournament qualified to go to Japan and represent the United States in a tournament called Super Battle Opera. Okay? And that was pretty fun. You know, I went out there, I competed. That was when John Rambo beat me for the first time ever in a tournament and qualified to go to Japan, and he did. He went to Japan and represented the U.S. and all of that. So that's what I mean. Like, each little thing in my closet probably has a story behind it. There's a ton of shit. Like, I'm not even kidding. There's bins and bins of shit that I have no idea what's in those. It's all junk. It's basically shit that I moved across the country 8 years ago with me and has literally sat in bins in this closet for 8 years. Unused. Mostly. There's some stuff that I've taken out from time to time to make use of, but for the most part, it's just sat in there, unused. Most of it now has zero value because, you know, 8 years ago, it's junk. What are you going to do, sell it for $1? It's junk, right? But it would be pretty cool to go in there and basically do like a closet exploration stream. Where what we do is we go in there and I pick shit out. And essentially what it would be is a combination. Number one, it would be entertaining just to see what's in there and see if there's stories behind anything. Maybe there's some decorations and things we could put behind me here for my streams, right? We could add stuff to the background, right? But in addition to that, you know, it could be a closet cleaning endeavor where basically I sort some stuff because this closet is a fucking mess. It is messy as shit. There is so much shit everywhere, and I can't make heads or tails of 90% of it. I'm looking around like, what is that? I don't know. What's that? I don't know. What's that? That's broken headphones. Why is that there? I could throw that out. You know what I mean? I'm looking at everything. I'm like, most of it's junk. And this is what happens is you have shit accumulate, and then you don't do anything with it, and then it just, you know, builds up, and you're like, what the hell is all this? Maybe I can toss a bunch of it, or maybe we can find stuff to utilize on stream, okay? So what I think I would like to do as an interesting event, okay, if we hit our members goal for the month of July, which I have not set yet, and we'll talk about this in a moment, we will do a special marathon event. Yes, I will pick something to react to, but it'll be something shorter, like maybe a half an hour, 45-minute video, so it takes you an hour, 2 hours to go through it and react to it. But then for that day, we will also do a closet exploration stream. And by the way, I hate to tell you this, I really don't think that we're even going to finish this in one day. This closet is so jam-packed full of shit, layers of shit that's been packed in there. I guarantee you we wouldn't get through this in one day. Oh my God, is that my strategy guide? I think I'm seeing the strategy guide. Is that what that is? Holy shit, it is. Yep. Well, I'm going to close this up for now. That was exciting. I found something I didn't know if I still had it, and I do. But I'm just going to leave it in there for now, okay? So there, exactly. Team Coco says, what are you doing? Don't spoil. I won't. Okay. Seriously, that's like a treasure trove of content. I'm not even kidding. There's so much shit in there. And I know there's things in there that'll be nice, like to put behind me for decoration and stuff on the streams. And there may be things we can use in my content. I don't even know what's in there. So we'll see. Okay. But yeah, I think that would be a cool event, something different. Okay. So yes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So that's the deal. In the month of July, there will be a members goal set up. If we hit that members goal, we will do another special marathon event. During that event, we'll do a variety of stuff. We will likely do a shorter react style event. We'll have to pick out something for me to react to that's on the shorter side. We'll probably do a live feasting with the king like we usually do. And we will dive into the closet. Koopa King says this has got to be a joke. The only joke here is you, sir. You're the joke. Okay. Something different, right? Now, you may say, okay, well, that's all well and good, Phil, but what the hell? Why? There's no goal here on the screen. Right? There's no goal here on the screen. All right, you're right. And there's a good reason for that. Because I looked at my memberships on YouTube, and what I see that happened, okay, was that back in very early June, I want to say it was either June 2nd or June 3rd, okay? Someone gifted a large amount of memberships. I want to say it was between 30 to 40. And the memberships went boop, like this. I know those are going to expire within a day or two. So the last thing I want to do is say, oh, guess what, guys? So we're at 535 members this morning. Let's set a members goal of 580 members. And if we hit that, we'll do this special event. And then tomorrow, we go, boom, and we're down like 450 members. And I'm like, well, shit. I kind of just put myself in a really bad position, didn't I? So what I like to do is wait 1 to 2 days before I set a members goal. Now, if this gets countered, and what I mean by that is there's been people who've been very generous and have come in here and gifted memberships. If we get a big increase in memberships today, then I would be okay setting the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, all right, you know what? How about this? Fuck it. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to set it for today. And it is going to be 580. Okay? So if people come and become members today, if someone gifts memberships today, it'll count towards the goal. Now, if we do see this big dip in the next few days, however many it may be, all right, then I'll adjust the goal appropriately. But the thing is, I feel like it'd be pretty stupid to not have a goal. And then if anyone becomes a member today, oh, it doesn't really count. No, I don't want that. Stupid. So let's do it. All right? That's how we'll do it for now. So if you become a member today, it counts towards the goal. If you gift memberships today, it counts towards the goal. If we do see a big dip in memberships and it looks like there's no way we're going to hit it, then I'll adjust it. Okay? Oh, my nose. So there you go. Zen Shuriken says, why wouldn't it count? I just explained. Oh, my God. People, I swear to God. Zen, what were you doing? Did you have your head in your toilet? I literally just said we're going to lose a bunch of members in the next 1 to 2 days that were gifted. So it would feel bad if people are trying to hit the goal and then all of a sudden it dips by like 50, 60 members and now we can't reach it. That's why I wanted to wait. But now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just adjust it on the fly. Okay? Okay. Anyway. So there you go. The new membership goal for the month of July, a marathon special event, a combination and variety of stuff. There will be a shorter react event. I don't know exactly what we'll be reacting to yet. We got to think about it. But it'll be part 1 of Phil's closet cleaning spectacular, where I go into the closet and start picking things out, and we start investigating the stuff that's in there together. All right? And figuring out, is it something that I want to use on my stream or throw the hell out? And by the way, I have to sneeze. God damn it. Oh. 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 Oh my God. Oh man. Oh. Oh. What a sneeze. Holy shit. By the way, I'm realizing something. Our buddy Alduin. You've been a good buddy, but guess what? We beat Skyrim finally. Maybe it's time to retire Alduin and bring something else in. What do you guys think? How about that? How about, in honor of July 4th, I bring in the protagonist of Assassin's Creed 3. Forgot his name. I hated his guts, but he's got an American flag with him, so I thought maybe that would tie in nicely, right? Yeah, that is the collector's edition statue that came with Assassin's Creed 3. I wonder if it says who it is on the bottom. What's his name? I forgot his name. Nope, it just says Assassin's Creed 3, Ubisoft. 2012? I can't read it. It's tiny. 2012. Made in China. Oh, boy. Nice patriotic made in China. Of course. Connor. His name was Connor. Okay. There he is. Connor. Still have this. They're sitting in the other room. So, added to the streams. In honor of July 4th, Connor has been added to the background. So, there you go. Oh, also, there's just maybe something else over here that you guys never noticed. In honor of my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge playthrough. It is a throwback, classic Casey Jones action figure donated by a viewer. They actually donated this to me over the past week or so, and I sneak added it to the setup, and no one said a word about it. Not a single person. I was like, wow, no one even noticed? Okay, then. I mean, it might be that he was just so small. By the way, I don't think this is the original. I think that this is a reproduction figure. I can't see it. It's tiny. The writing is so small on this fucking thing. No, it's real? I think it's real. I actually think it's real. I actually think it's actually real because it says 1989 Playmates toys on his ass. Can you see that? Probably nice. His butt, his big glutes. It says 1989 on it, so I think it's the real deal. I'm not sure if it's been restored or not because it's quite clean for an old school action figure. One of my favorite Ninja Turtles characters of all time. Okay, so anyway, he's been up there for a while and no one noticed him. He's up there. Again, that was in honor of my Teenage Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge playthrough when I played with him in my second run. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so we got some good new stuff behind me. All right, but you see what I mean now? That's just random shit. When we go into this closet, you're gonna find shit like that constantly. There's all junk in there like that we can maybe add or do stuff with on stream. You see? Pretty cool. All right. Anyway, I digress. We got a new membership goal for the month. It's in stone. If it needs to change, it'll change. If you become a member today, it'll count. By the way, it's hot as fucking here now. It's hot. I gotta turn on my air conditioner. Okay. Shall we talk about what we're going to do for the rest of this week? I think so, because we have an update to the schedule. Okay? Now that we're like a half an hour into the show, I guess I should finally start actually, like, doing the show. Right? Okay. So, today, what are we doing? Well, the first gameplay stream is the continuation of Sonic Origins. Okay? We've been playing this now for a good week and a half. I'm trying to remember exactly when it came out. But it's been great. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and now Sonic 3. It's been great going through the classics and replaying them. Nostalgia factor is through the roof. Although, admittedly, now with the games that I'm playing, Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, I never really played them that much. I played Sonic 1 and 2 a bunch. I never really played Sonic 3 and Knuckles more than just a couple times because I rented them, but I never owned them. Oh, I'm sorry, Connor. I burped right in his face. Oh, God. I'm sorry, buddy. It's disgusting. Okay, so we're continuing on with that today. I believe we only have 2 stages left of Sonic 3 to finish, and I got all the Chaos Emeralds already. So that means we could just finish that up today, and then however much time we have left on the stream, we'll head into Sonic and Knuckles and get that started. But I don't know how lengthy Sonic and Knuckles is. Also, apparently I'm being told that when you combine Sonic 3 with Sonic and Knuckles and it becomes Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that when you go into Sonic and Knuckles, there's a whole new slew of Chaos Emeralds you need to get. And apparently, it's hard, like it's really difficult or something. I don't know. I don't even remember doing that in my original gameplay of these games in the 90s. I don't remember. So I guess we're going to find out firsthand today, and of course, I'm sure you guys will help me along the way, as you always have, to try to figure it out. I would definitely like to get whatever these new emeralds are or whatever, and see how they affect the game. I don't know. Okay? Yes, they're called Hyper Emeralds, I'm being told. Okay. Anyway, so that's the main gameplay stream for today. Tonight, on the late stream, it is our first installment of Friday Night Fights featuring the new Capcom Classics Collection. Okay? Yes, I know I played a shitload of Capcom Classics Collection last week. This is the first Friday Night Fights that we're doing with the new game. Now, I'm going to attempt to play on the Xbox Series X. I don't know if I'm going to be successful. Alright? I tried playing online on the Xbox last week. I could not find competition. I was sitting there for an hour, and I played, it was taking like 5 more minutes to even find a single match. That's not good. Ideally, when you're playing a fighting game, especially a newer fighting game, you want to be finding constant competition. When I've switched to the PlayStation, I seem to always find competition relatively quickly. So, I want to try Xbox again. I mean, I bought both versions. I told you guys I wanted to have maximum exposure to competition, and I wanted to have the ability to play against people on both consoles, but if there's no one playing on Xbox, there's not much I can do, okay? So I'm going to give it a shot, all right? And we'll see what happens. I hope for the best, all right? And hopefully we'll get good competition, okay? Cool. One quick sidebar. First of all, thank you to Voland, who just did a tip, which is why we're seeing this animation, okay? As you know, we're heading into the second half of the year. The Skyrim playthrough is finally over. I have rebranded the pre-stream podcast to be called the Level 1 Podcast. We have new things happening, okay? So, with that being said, I am seeking some submissions for new animations and or a new animated intro for the show. All right? Number one, you're seeing the tip animations are still Skyrim. It's a little outdated now. I'm not playing Skyrim anymore. It would be great, and maybe we could get a few new animations per games that I've played recently, whether it's retro games, whether it's anything else, anything that would really be cool to see pop up as an animation when someone tips or does a super chat. I'm looking for some new submissions for that, okay? So, that's number one. Number two, obviously, yesterday I rebranded to the Level 1 Podcast. I don't have any intros for that. So it would be great if I could get an intro or two that I could play every morning and alternate between, like I was doing for the last 6 or so months when it was called the Pre-Stream Podcast, okay? So if you're interested in possibly submitting some animations or introduction for the show, email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com. Don't just send me a bunch of shit, because I do have a spam filter on my email. If you just start sending me files and shit or links, I'm not going to see it. It's going to go right to the spam folder and I'll never see it. But if you email me ahead of time and you're like, hey, I like your stuff. I'm interested in maybe doing an animation or two for you. Give it a shot. We can start the conversation and I can make sure to be on the lookout for your submission. All right. So that would be great if we could do that and get new stuff. But obviously, it's all fan submitted. It's no pressure or anything. If we don't have anything new, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just cool to have that stuff. It makes everything look a little bit more professional. I don't have any graphical art experience. I don't have any software to do that shit. It's always the fans that submit that stuff and makes the streams look so good, and I appreciate that so much. All right? So, thank you in advance to anyone who takes a stab at it. All right? Okay. Huh? What would make the file message go to spam but not the email to contact me? A file attachment or a link? Ross G, you really asked the most ridiculously basic questions. Like yesterday you yelled at me and said, Phil, there's already a Level 1 podcast and you're going to get in trouble for trademark. No, there's not. There is a podcast called Level 1 Podcast from that the last time they even put out an episode was 2010. The show's defunct and it has nothing to do with anything. My show is the Level 1 Podcast. That's why it has the in it. You were completely wrong yesterday, and you tried to derail my stream for like a half an hour spamming constantly. Now today, you're asking me a basic question about how spam filters work on email. Anyway, I think we should just move on, okay? Okay. So, today, Sonic Origins on the first stream, and some fun fighting game stuff on the late stream with the Capcom Fighting Collection, attempting to play on Xbox. If it doesn't work out, then we can switch over, and we'll do it on PlayStation instead. But I'm hoping it works out. I bought the damn game on both consoles to play it on both, so I hope that there's competition at this point. It's been a week now, okay? Okay. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're doing something a little different because originally, Saturday's main gameplay stream was supposed to be more Cuphead DLC. The problem with that is that the Cuphead DLC that I played yesterday was incredibly short. I beat it in 2.5 hours. Reviewers were saying it was 4 hours long. Reviewers suck at games. I beat it in 2.5 hours. There's nothing else in it. It's done. Like, damn, that was one of the shortest DLC I've ever played. Thank God it was only $8, and I loved it. I loved every moment I played it. But, man, it was disappointing how short it was, okay? So, we have nothing to do tomorrow. So, here's what I'm going to do. We are going to do more Capcom Fighting Collection, but we're going to do the offline content that you guys have wanted for a week and I didn't get to. So, that means, number 1, Red Earth. Number 2, Cyberbots. Number 3, Puzzle Fighter. And number 4, Pocket Fighter or Gem Fighter Mini Mix, whichever you want to call it. I like it, Pocket Fighter. I think that sounds better than Gem Fighter Mini Mix. The fuck? Where'd they come up with that? Pocket Fighter. Sounds good. It's a bridge. It's nice, snippy. I don't know why they changed it from the Japanese to the English version. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow on the main stream. Now, that could take the whole stream, or it could maybe only take about an hour or two. I don't know how long the arcade modes are of these games. I've never played most of these before. So, once we get through that, if there's extra time and people want to see more online or whatever, we can do that, all right? But I figured this way, since we have an extra stream out of nowhere, it'll give an opportunity to do the stuff people have been asking for, and get it out of the way, and that way I can see, gee, do I ever want to maybe play Red Earth or Cyberbots online, or they just kind of mess around games, they're not really serious, and don't play them online at all. We'll find out. And the thing is, if they're good, maybe we could add them to the variety of the online play. And that way I'll find even more matches playing this collection in the future. Okay? Okay, fair enough. Tomorrow night, the late stream will be the continuation of the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. And we're now in the home stretch. But we're also about to do the best part of it. Because we're about to start Super Castlevania, also known as Castlevania 4. Alright? This is exciting stuff. It's the best one. It's 16-bit on the Super Nintendo, not the NES. It's still got outstanding music, just like the original trilogy does. It's got really good graphics for the time. And the gameplay is way better. You can now whip in 8 different directions, which has always been a problem. Always been a problem with the franchise, that you can only attack straight. Right? So now you can go all over the place. You could swing from your whip and do kind of extra platforming challenges and things. It's a really good game. By the way, it's hard as fuck. Just like the rest of the Castlevania games. It's very challenging. So it's going to be very, very, very nostalgic and very fun, but also I'm going to die a ton. It is what it is. That's what Castlevania is all about, man. So I'm excited for that. Starting tomorrow night, we get to start with Castlevania 4. All right. Then on Sunday, it is time for a double new playthrough day, all right? On the first stream, I'm going to be starting up an RPG. And ladies and gentlemen, I have decided what RPG I am playing, all right? I thought about it long and hard. I weighed and balanced all my options. I know we've been talking about options recently. We said it's going to be Earthbound on the Super Nintendo, emulated on the Switch Online. Or it's going to be Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 4, but ran on the PS5, right? We've been talking about this. So after thinking about all of these options, I've finally made a decision. Ladies and gentlemen, starting on Saturday's main gameplay stream, we are going to start up Skyrim. Yes, Skyrim. We're playing it again. Let me go get Alduin back in here. Here we go. Okay, no, we're not doing Sky. Oh my God, can you imagine that? No, and no, we're not doing Fallout, and no, we're not doing any Elder Scrolls game. We gotta do something different. Okay? No, starting on Saturday or Sunday. Now, by the way, I want to apologize in advance to anyone who's about to be upset with me, okay? Because no matter what I choose, someone's going to be upset. You can please some of the people all the time. You can't please everyone all the time. And I knew there was a big divide between groups that wanted to see me play one game or the other game. And I knew no matter what I chose, people would be upset and disappointed. So, prepare to be upset and disappointed. All right? Starting this Sunday, live, right here on DSPGaming. For the first time ever, I am playing the original Final Fantasy VII. Yes. I've never played it before. Ever. For YouTube, for a stream, never. Okay? And here's the deal. I feel that this is a perfect time to do it. Why? Because number one, there is nothing going on in July and August outside of a few new releases. We have a lot of time. We don't have any time constraint right now where we have to worry that we have to rush it or crunch it. We can take our time playing it how I want to. Okay? Okay. Are we going to do a 100% run? I mean, that's really up to you guys. If you just do the story of the game, you could beat it in around 40 hours. But if you end up doing all the side shit, like grinding for the golden chocobo or kokobo or chococho or whatever the fuck it's called, and you do all the races, and then you get Knights of the Round, and then you fight Emerald and Ruby Weapon, which takes like 14 hours, well, it's going to be a lot longer, okay? So, let's see how it goes. If we're all having a good time, and we're enjoying the playthrough, and people are coming and interacting, and supporting, and chilling, and having a great interactive time with the playthrough, and we want to do everything, then we could do everything. But, if, you know, it's not necessarily catching on in any kind of a positive way, and it's more of a, oh, let's do this for frame of reference for when the new Final Fantasy game comes out next year, then we'll just do the base campaign of it. You know, we don't have to go crazy with this game. Now, here's the thing. I played this game many times. I played it when it was a new release in the 1990s, 1997, right? Then I played it again. I bought it on PC. It had a PC port at one point. And I played it in the early 2000s. And then I played it again in the 2000s at some point. Okay? So essentially, I've played the game 3 to 4 times. And at least twice, I did the big grind to get the Knights of the Round summon. Okay? So I know, I don't remember how I did. I don't remember exactly how the Golden Chocobo race works. I remember grinding the fuck out of the race to level up chocobos to win races and shit. But here's the thing. Number one, I've never played it online at all. Number two, I've referenced it a ridiculous amount of times in my content in the last 14 years, telling you guys that I always felt it was overhyped because I didn't like the story. I like the gameplay. I actually think that the turn-based gameplay of the game is quite good. It's addicting. It's fun. I like the materia system. It's a spin-off of the Espers and the Magicite system from Final Fantasy VI with some improvements. So I actually think that a lot of things in the game is quite good. But I never really liked the story. I just didn't. I always thought the story was kind of underwhelming. All right? So I'm excited to finally be doing this with you guys. And here's the other thing. A couple times over the years, I attempted to play it. Once when remember I told you guys I was doing Project 7 many years ago, and I was actually going to do a playthrough of it, but it wasn't supposed to be a real playthrough. I was going to film gameplay, but I was going to do a edited skit-based comedy drama suspense show. I don't know what the fuck it was going to be. It was going to be a weird project going through this game, and it was basically going to be something unique and different from the kind of content that I used to do. This was, by the way, like 2009, 2010, so we're talking, 12, 13 years ago that I was thinking about doing this, and I started up a little bit of a previews and teasers for it, and I just dropped it and never went back to it, okay? So, I feel this game will be a lot better to go through with you guys as a live audience. Here's why. There's parts of the game that are cryptic and annoying. The Shinra Tower, I hated in my first run. I hated it in my runs in the 2000s. And when I was actually playing this game to film footage for it for Project 7 back in the day, I hated it then too. I know I'm going to hate it today. Unless things have changed. Maybe they did. I'll love it. But I know it's annoying. So doing it with you guys as an interactive audience, right? Talking, helping me out with the confusion and going in circles like an asshole, it's going to be a lot better than me just fucking playing it by myself, okay? I'm actually excited to play this with a live audience. I am. I think it's going to be a better experience for having played it with an interactive audience than just sitting here playing it for myself, okay? Perhaps I'll understand the story better because I'll be playing it with you guys. And if there's confusion or whatever, you can clear it up. Because I remember distinctly playing through this game originally, not knowing what the fuck was going on. And I hate Cloud. He sucks. He's boring as shit. There's a reason for it. And I think it's like, oh, there's a main reason why the protagonist is so boring. That's great. He's still boring. Like, I don't care that you've justified it. He's still a boring protagonist, you know? Anyway. It'll be a fun playthrough for sure, all right? This is starting Saturday. It'll be the main gameplay stream on Saturday. All right, the premiere of Final Fantasy VII. And by the way, it's on PS Plus because I have PS Plus Premium. So I'm going to actually get it under that program, which is great. You know, I don't know exactly how it's going to run or whatever, but I guess we're going to have to mess around with it and see. I got to see how it's available on PS Plus Premium. Okay, but I think it's PS4 and you get it and it runs on your PS5, I think. Okay. And then, all right, on Sunday night, all right, to pair with the premiere of Final Fantasy VII on Sunday during the day, on Sunday night, it's the premiere of the Viewer's Choice playthrough. Now, this one is in your hands, guys, and I just want to give you guys an update on this, okay? So, right now, you guys have been voting on the Viewer's Choice playthrough. All right, here's the results as of today. You still have today and tomorrow and the day of Saturday to, or excuse me, the day of Sunday to vote. I don't know why I keep saying Saturday. Here's the current results. Holy shit, look at this. Batman Arkham Asylum Remastered, 23%. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, 27%. Fable Anniversary Edition, 27%. Jak 2, 10%. BioShock Infinite, 13%. So, looking at that poll, there is no chance that Jak 2 or BioShock Infinite is going to win. There's over 2,000 votes on this poll right now, okay? Now, here's the deal. There will be no ties. I can tell what wins a poll. I have the ability to go into the minutia of the details and see exactly how many votes there are on each entry of a poll. All right. So even though you might look at this and say, "Oh, it's a tie for 27% between Zelda 2 and Fable," no, I can see what's really in the lead. And as of right now, Zelda is narrowly in the lead. Narrowly, okay, not by a huge amount, but very narrowly. Okay. I gotta find it here and see if I can find the actual numbers. Well, I'd have to go through this. I'm not going to go through this right now. It's a pain in the ass. Actually, I'm in the wrong section. No wonder I can't find it. I was like, wait a minute. I got to click on this. Hold on. I shouldn't be doing this live because it's complicated. I should do it over there on my desktop. Clicking on it here is like a pain in the ass. Yeah, I gotta do it on my desktop. I can't even do it here. I'm clicking on the wrong shit. Anyway, right now I can tell you Zelda 2 is narrowly in the lead. Very narrowly. Okay? So, we still have today, tomorrow, and the first half of Sunday for you guys to vote. If you haven't voted yet, head to the main channel page right here of DSPGaming, community tab, scroll down a few days, and you'll see the poll is there. And you can vote, all right? If you've already voted, but you voted for a game like Jak 2 or BioShock Infinite, there's no chance those games are winning the poll. You could change your vote to either vote for Zelda 2 or Fable or Batman. It's up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm just saying, basically your vote is kind of a wasted vote because there's no way those two games are going to win, all right? So, Please vote if you have not, all right? As of Sunday night, we're going to tally the final results of the poll. And whatever is the winner, I'm starting up on Sunday night as a playthrough. Now, to clarify, just because that poll says a certain game has won and we're going to play that first does not mean the other games in that poll will not be played. What it means is that that game will be played first. And then over the course of this summer, July and August particularly, where there's not a lot of new game releases, if we need other games to draw upon as secondary playthroughs, we will still play the games in that list, you see? So don't worry if your game that you voted in came in second or third place. There's still a good chance we'll likely be checking out and playing those games over the course of the summertime anyway. Fair enough? That way no one feels like, oh, I'm a big loser. I voted for the game that came in second, now I'm fucked. No, you don't have to worry about that. I'm likely going to end up playing that game anyway. This is just to determine what we play first starting Sunday night. Okay? Then on Monday, we're probably going to finish Sonic Origins, or at least get pretty darn close to the end. I don't know how long Sonic & Knuckles is and how challenging it is. Maybe we will need 2 more streams, or maybe we'll finish it on Monday. Then on Monday night, I believe I'm doing more Capcom Classics Collection, multiplayer. I'm just going to confirm that. Yes, and then Tuesday, we'll do more Final Fantasy VII on the main stream, and another late stream of whatever the viewer's choice win was. Another session of it there, okay? So there you go. That's what we're doing for this week. Let's recap. Today, Sonic Origins, finishing Sonic 3 and heading into Sonic & Knuckles. Tonight, Capcom Classics Collection multiplayer, attempting on the Xbox. If it doesn't work, switch to PlayStation. Tomorrow, Capcom Classics Collection offline. We're going to play the games I haven't played yet, including Red Earth, Cyberbots, Puzzle Fighter, and Pocket Fighter. Okay? Tomorrow night, Castlevania Collection, heading into Castlevania 4. Sunday, Final Fantasy VII Premiere, and then whatever game wins the viewer's choice poll, premiere. Monday, more Sonic and more Capcom Fighting Collection. Tuesday, more Final Fantasy VII and more viewer's choice. That's the week. When I come back from my break on Thursday, it's Ask the King. So, for those of you who have not asked a question yet, what in the hell are you waiting for? Your time is running out. Ask the King is my Q&A show where I directly answer your questions live on a podcast, but also it's very lengthy, thought-out answers. Unlike a show like this where I might do a Q&A segment, someone tosses me a question, I answer it in 2 seconds, and I move on. On Ask the King, I pick and choose questions that I feel I can better answer in an elongated session, and I will give you more detailed answers and better explanation of what I have to say about it, you see? So that's why you pledge to my Patreon, and you get your question answered for sure. It's a much better answer. It's a much better value than just trying to throw your question at me on a random stream and hoping that you're going to get any kind of an intelligent answer. Okay? If you haven't posted up a question for Ask the King yet, what are you waiting for? Type exclamation point Ask the King into the stream chat right now. Do it. The link will pop up by which you can click on and go post to my forums. If you're not on the stream and you're watching this on demand, just head to DSPGaming.com. Right there in the forum section, the general section, there's a thread for Ask the King. You'll find the forum post for it. You can post up right now. That is the way you should be posting your questions, because even though the day of Ask the King, I do accept questions via Twitter, it's very rare that I pick many questions from Twitter. Usually I maybe take 1 or 2. It's mostly from my forums that I draw the questions from. Okay? Okay. All right, guys. It's time for shout-outs. Let's do it. Thank you guys for any kind of support this morning, by the way. Thanks to everyone watching. Decent viewership here this morning. Thank you for the likes, 43 and climbing. If you're enjoying yourself, please consider liking the stream. It helps out for engagement purposes. If you're watching this on demand on YouTube, please consider liking the video, leaving a comment. That also helps for engagement purposes. All right. So, we start off today with Pila, who became a channel member. Thank you so much to Pila for the channel membership. I appreciate that very much. Shout out to Habib Gaming, who did a £1 super chat. Thank you very much for the £1 super chat, Habib Gaming. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support on the YouTube side of things this morning. Now, on the tips side of things, we have a few people who did it. Thank you so much. We start off with Chris B, who tipped me $2 to get started today. Let's get that on the leaderboard and see what he has to say. Okay. Chris B says, would you consider doing another poll between Fable 1, 2, and 3? I think a lot of people, including me, want to see 2 because you never did a full playthrough of it on YouTube. Now, interestingly enough that you say that, Chris, that is actually what I figured people would want. I thought you're doing viewer's choice. A lot of people are going to nominate Fable 2 because Fable 2 is the game that I never did a full playthrough of. I played Fable Anniversary when it came out on the 360. I played Fable 3 when it came out on the 360. Fable 2, when it was a new game, was one of the very first games that I ever did coverage of on YouTube. And I did not do 100% full playthrough of it, okay? I did like parts of it, but not full on, oh, here's everything documented in video. And my playthrough of it was terrible. My playthrough of it was really bad quality, you know, camera at the TV, crunched video, it just looked and sounded like shit. Like I was playing it inside of a tin can, inside of a closet, inside of a concert hall, inside of a construction site where people were jackhammering with echoing. Okay? It was bad. It sounds awful. However, when I was tallying up the nominations for Viewer's Choice, no, it was distinctly people either saying Fable 1 or Fable Anniversary. I don't know why, but that's what people were nominating. There were some people who nominated Fable 2, but not nearly as much as Fable 1 or Fable Anniversary. So Fable 1 and Fable Anniversary are essentially the same game. So by default, that ended up getting more, a lot more nominations. And that ends up being what hits the poll, Eventually, would I like to replay Fable 2? Yes, I would. But it's Fable 1, Fable Anniversary that made it to the final poll, and that's what people are voting for right now. Okay? By the way, what I've heard, all right, is that Fable Anniversary apparently runs really well on the Xbox Series X. Like, it's a full 60 frames and the graphics look way better. So it actually feels like almost a fresh new game on the Xbox Series X as opposed to when I played it originally on the Xbox 360. Didn't we run into a really silly bug when I played it? I think that was like, remember when I used to do my funniest moments of the year countdown? I think people nominated that a moment from that playthrough as the funniest moments of the year because it was like a glitch, a combat glitch where a guy just kept fucking me up and I couldn't break his combo. I think so. Okay, anyway. Thank you very much, Chris B, for the tip. Snow Carl to the $1.50. Thank you, Snow Carl. He says, I'm fascinated by today's pre-stream podcast. It gets me thinking which podcasts you've listened to or watched prior to making your own. Oh, well, first of all, I've seen every episode of the Joe Rogan podcast. All right. I also watch Ben Shapiro constantly. What? The H3H3 podcast. Oh, I watch all of that too. Definitely. No, I do my own thing. I march to the beat of my own drum. There you go. In reality, I'm not even kidding. I've never seen a single episode of any of the podcasts I just mentioned. Not one. Not a single one. Okay. Continuing on. Volan has tipped me $10 and says, hey, Phil, here is to a fun streaming day. Thank you, Volan. And thank you for the generous contribution. I hope that you enjoy what I have to offer you today as a piece of digestible content and viewable entertainment. If you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. But thank you for the tip. Okay. And then, Dark Side Furry Convention tipped $1.50 and says, how do I become a true epic gamer? Oh, man. What you need to do is you need to find a female gamer playing Halo, and you need to get on voice chat and start talking like a pervert, talking about your red rocket. Now that's a reference for you. Let's see who gets that reference. Okay. And by the way, that was a joke. Anyway, that is it for shoutouts for now. So what I would say is, if anyone has any questions they would like to throw my way, Please tag me in the stream chat, and let's talk. Let's have some Q&A. We start with Expand Dong, who says, I beat the horse in Cuphead. 3 bosses came after. They're all easier and more fun. A third of the DLC content is locked behind a tedious boss. You easily could beat 3 bosses after him. The thing is, though, it's not really a boss. It's a parry challenge, which is boring. The whole point of Cuphead is that it's supposed to be an homage to, like, Mega Man or old-school shoot-em-ups with various different weapons, upgrades, and the like. Parrying is not part of that. That's like a platformer challenge. I don't care about that. If I wanted to do that, I would play 100 platforming games that are out there. There's a million of them out there that are way more challenging, by the way, like Super Meat Boy and shit. It's weird that they threw that in there as like, oh, this is meaningful content. It's not. It's literally a waste of time. And I don't know why that Coliseum's even in it. I would have rather had 3 more real bosses than a Coliseum full of boring parry shit. So I think that definitely was a misstep. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm not doing it. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, you guys can stop asking me about colors. I'm not 4 years old. What is my favorite and least favorite color? My favorite color is chartreuse. And my least favorite color is seafoam. There you go. I don't know what the fuck those colors even are. Alright? Okay. Did I beat the original Cuphead? Yes, I did. Absolutely, I did. I 98%ed it. Actually, when I booted it originally, it said 98% completion. What I have for breakfast, a cup of iced coffee with a mild sweetener and a burrito, microwave burrito again. Egg, cheese, and jalapenos. Do I still have the Final Fantasy footage from Project 7? I have no idea. In fact, one of the things that we might possibly find in the closet, which is what I mentioned earlier on this pre-stream, excuse me, whoa, Freudian slip there, on this The Level 1 podcast episode, was that if we hit the membership goal for the month, we're going to explore the closet, right? I believe I have external hard drives of my archives of the past in there. And if I dig them up and find them, one of the things that we can do is see if it still works. Yeah. Snow Carl, no, the burritos that I eat are not high in MSG and dangerous seasonings. You have no idea what you're talking about. They're actually they're only like, they're lower than 300 calories each. They're actually made of good ingredients. I don't buy, you're thinking, I'm going to the supermarket and I'm buying a 99-cent breakfast burrito full of refried beans and salt and shit. I'm not. I'm buying the ones that are actually good. They have nutritional value, okay? I'm eating better stuff. I'm not eating fucking terrible, instant foods that you're thinking of, okay? Do I miss arcades? Yes, I do. I did like back in the day going to real arcades and playing stuff. Okay. What's my favorite Sonic character? Sonic. Yeah. Wings is in hot water lately. Did you hear? Wizzo the Clown. I don't think there's anything I could possibly care less about on this planet. Really. Like, I don't care. I don't want to hear about any drama. I don't want to hear about any bullshit. You want to talk about that? You can do that. Anywhere but here. I don't care. Thank you. GTG Gamers, if you could upload the old Final Fantasy 13 playthrough, that would be awesome. I don't know if I have. Again, ancient hard drives, who knows if they work? We're talking about hard drives from over 10 years ago that I haven't booted up in 10 years. I don't even know if I have a power adapter that works with them. Some of these are before external hard drives were powered by USB. These need powered sources. I don't even know if I have a power adapter that plugs into the damn things. So, again, you know, have to see what's in there. That's the whole point of kind of something like this. It would be exploring and seeing what I've got in there. What is my favorite steak cooking? You mean temperature of steak? Probably medium or medium rare. Stealth and Shadows, my history with medications is none of your fucking business. Why would you even ask a question like that of anyone on a stream? What's your history? Do you have any history with these medications? What the fuck is your problem? Stealth and Shadows, I will answer that question as soon as you send me a full record of your medical conditions you've had over the course of your life. Send that to me, and then I will answer your question live on stream. The fuck, dumb question, dude. What the fuck is your problem? Expand Dog says, apparently, the way that Tails was acting in Sonic 2 is a universal problem with the game. Everyone's complaining that Tails is the most obnoxious ever in this collection. I always remember him having that problem in the original too. Maybe not to the extent as bad as it was here, but I've definitely had runs where he was that obnoxious, so I just kind of ignore it. Mango, it doesn't matter. He says maybe he's struggling, looking for advice from someone he looks up to. I don't care. You're asking ridiculously intrusive personal questions of any content creator is ridiculously not only embarrassing, but just unprofessional and just fucking messed up. You shouldn't be doing that. Ever. You shouldn't be asking incredibly personal questions of someone just because they're on a fucking stream. Like, what the fuck? Now, do I look like a medical professional? Right? Do I look like someone you should consult for information about medications? Look at me! Look at me! Look! Take a closer look! Do I look like someone you should ask about meds? Okay, now everyone relax. Do I like snowboarding games? I don't think I've ever played any. Seriously. No, wait. We did play one years and years ago, remember? I can't remember what it was called. And I sucked ass at it. People liked watching me suck at it. Shout out to GTD Gamer, who just became a channel member. Thank you, GTD Gamer. I appreciate that. Snow Carl, I'm sorry to hear the cost of tipping has increased for you because Swedish currency or something or other. Sorry about your country. That sucks. Adrenaline Dragon says, I reckon you'll be pretty close to finishing the game by the end of the stream. Do you think so? I still have 2 stages left in Sonic 3. I don't know how long they are, because I don't remember the end of Sonic 3. And then we got to do Sonic and Knuckles, but I think, isn't Sonic and Knuckles the longest one? Did I ever play Xenogears back in the day? Indeed, I did. It was the longest RPG I'd ever played at that time in my life, and I never finished it. I got to this dungeon where all the walls looked like cybernetic techno shit. And I remember playing it, and the dungeon was so fucking long and grindy. And I remember, like, getting bored as shit and just quitting on the game, which is ridiculous because I played the shit out of the game to get to that point. And the fact that I quit on it that far in, but I just lost interest. I don't even know. It might have been the final dungeon of the game. I don't know because I never beat it. Eternal, yes, I am still taking walks / jogging every other day pretty much. I just did one yesterday. And by the way, I lost some weight, which is nice. I told you guys, you know, I weighed myself a week or 2 ago, and I noticed I'd lost a few pounds. It's funny because I was wearing a shirt last night. And some people were actually asking. They were like, what is that shirt Phil is wearing? I don't recognize that shirt. That's a shirt that I bought years and years ago. And it was fitting me at one point, and then I gained some weight because I was basically being a lazy bum. And it didn't really fit me anymore. And all of a sudden, I put the shirt on, and it fits. I was like, oh my God, it's not like bursting at the seams. You know what I mean? Like, I can fit into this shirt normally now. I'm like, this is good. This is a good thing. I basically lost a few extra pounds there that I didn't need. You see? What size shirt do I wear? Large. It's so, like, this is an extra large, and it's very nice because it's like loose. I like loose fitting, but I also like large with a little bit more of a fitted feel to it. Not medium. I'm way too big for medium. Even when I was skinny, I was too big for medium. I'm a bigger body type. You know what I mean? Like wider shoulders. I can't wear medium. It's too small for me. Dark Side Clussy. I don't even want to know what a Clussy is. Don't tell me. To me, $1.50 and says, "Have you ever considered becoming a drug lord in Colombia or Mexico? Perhaps I am, and you just don't know about it, right? You don't know. You know, the internet is power. You could be a drug lord now over the internet. You don't have to be there anymore. It's all remote." I've never played Vagrant Story. Would I consider playing Alex the Kid in Miracle World and Monster World? Short and fun games. Jeremy, where would I play those? Genesis Mini? Were they on there? I don't think anyone's asking for those, dude, besides you. Just being honest. Would I consider wearing Hawaiian shirts on stream like how Fluffy does on stage? You mean Fluffy the comedian? Is that who you're talking about? I don't own any Hawaiian shirts. At one point in my life, I owned like 2. But that was like 25 years ago. But no, I don't think I'll be wearing Hawaiian shirts. Unless there's a reason for it. Let's see here. What's for dinner? Excuse me. I'm sorry, Connor. I keep burping in Connor's face today. It's absolutely disgusting. We're trying something different. So, we used to get this frozen lasagna that we really liked. It was called Michelangelo's, all right? We would get the big one, the family size, and cook it and cut it in half, and I would have half, and my wife would have half. It was a good way to have food when my wife has to work. She has to work tonight. So, while she's working, I make that, and then there's leftovers. She just heats it up when she gets home. For some odd reason, our local grocery store doesn't have this anymore. They just don't have anything from this brand. I don't know if they just fucking stopped carrying it or whatever. I don't know. The pandemic fucked everything up for all the stuff we used to like. So we noticed they started having this new brand, but it's not frozen. Get this, it's fresh and refrigerated. It's actually lasagna that's made, you know, and then just refrigerated, and you bake it for like 20 minutes, and it's like a fresh bubbling lasagna, not completely frozen like ice. It looks really good. So I'm trying it. I don't know if it's any good. We never tried it before. This is our first time trying it. So if it's good, then maybe we found a new way to have lasagna. But we never had it before. It could be disgusting. We don't know. We're going to try it today. So that's what we're having. This new kind of refrigerated lasagna. And see if it's any good. Okay? When I fresh and refrigerated, what I mean by that is it's never been frozen. If something's frozen, it can't be considered fresh anymore. At least if you're refrigerating something, you can consider it still semi-fresh. Sure, it's not ridiculously made on the spot, but that's better than freezing and thawing. When you freeze something, it loses flavor. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Got it. Do I like chicken Alfredo? You know, I don't have it that often. Not that often. My wife has made it a couple times, and every time she's made it, it's been pretty good. I don't think, I'm trying to remember if I've ever gone out to like a restaurant and ordered chicken Alfredo. Because when I lived on the East Coast and there was Italian restaurants, you could get it, but I don't think, what it is I prefer red sauce to cream sauce. So if I have the option to choose between a red sauce or a white sauce, I would always choose the red. That's just how I am. So, you know, I like chicken Alfredo. I've had good chicken Alfredo before, but it's not something that I would get all the time. Have I ever heard of Dave Chappelle? I used to be a big fan of Dave Chappelle. Chappelle's Show was an absolutely awesome show back in the day. Ended way too soon when he was basically overwhelmed with the amount of popularity and celebrity he was getting. And he basically threw in the towel and called it quits. Am I a fan of Dave Chappelle today? I haven't literally seen him tell a joke since the early 2000s. So I don't know if I would like Dave Chappelle today. I like his comedy when he was on Comedy Central from back in the day. When was the last time I cooked my own burgers? What are my top 3 burger toppings? Turkey burgers, I cook semi-frequently. I think they're very good because they're healthy. They're way less fatty than red meat burger. And by the way, I can't eat a lot of red meat because of my blood condition, where I get a lot of acid buildup in my blood if I eat too much red meat or shellfish, or I drink too much. So I've changed my diet to have things that aren't as much red meat. So if I'm going to have a burger, I will usually have a turkey burger as opposed to a beef burger, okay? Last time I cooked one, oh man, about a month ago, maybe. Can't really remember. A little less than a month ago. I don't really remember. One of my favorite burger toppings, I like All American. All American is usually like a little bit of yellow mustard, ketchup, lettuce, tomato, sometimes some onions, pickles. That's the kind of stuff that I like. Now, some people like other weird things. I like onion rings and barbecue and cheddar cheese. Yeah, you can have all that. That's fine. That's a different kind of burger. But I usually would prefer an all-American style burger as opposed to a bunch of weirdo toppings, okay? I've had good burgers. I've had Mexican style that they put fucking guacamole and spicy shit on it. That's pretty good. I've had barbecue style burgers. I've had other weird burgers, but I prefer American. Mayo, yeah, I agree there too. Mayo, a little bit of mayo. You don't want to go crazy with mayo, but a little bit of mayo on there is good. I've had egg on a burger, but only like once or twice ever. And it's not something that I would actively order. Too messy. It tastes good, but you really want a runny fucking egg going everywhere when you're trying to eat your burger? Like, your burger's not messy enough. Now you need fucking yolks squirting everywhere. Skis TV says egg is really good, but only on a beef burger. Yeah, I've never had egg on a turkey burger. That's for sure. I've referenced this in the past. I'll say it again. Buffalo meat burger is really good. You might think, oh, that sounds weird. So buffalo meat is very low fat and has a tiny bit of almost a gamey taste to it, like a little bit of a weird taste, but it is good. It is dense and it is very flavorful, and it's much better for you than like beef because it's less fatty. I used to do a spicy burger where they would put this hot sauce on a buffalo burger, and I used to eat that, and that was really good. I've never had steak tartare. Nope. Happy 4th of July weekend to you guys. Even though 4th of July is not till Monday, right? But it is technically the 4th of July weekend. An ostrich burger from Fuddruckers. Never seen a Fuddruckers. I've never had ostrich. Interesting. What am I doing on the 4th? I'm streaming. I just told you what we're doing on the 4th. We're doing more Sonic, maybe the conclusion of Sonic, and Capcom Fighting Collection. For a meal, we're actually going to have hot dogs, but it's going to be turkey hot dogs with a side of like macaroni salad. But I think we got, yeah, we're not doing a fresh macaroni salad. We're going to do something quick. I think we just got the packaged shit to you know, make quick, you know, on the stovetop. Yeah. Why not have a barbecue? Because we don't have a barbecue. We don't have a grill. How can you do barbecue when you don't have one? I said I was going to have a cookout. When the hell did I say that? I never said that. What are you talking about, dude? I might get a grill someday. I don't know. I just never got around to it. Here's the thing. When you are living in a situation where finances are tight, you don't think about this kind of shit, you know? I just don't. Like, would it be nice to have a grill and grill out once a week during the summertime? Yes. Have a nice grilled meal that I could cook in the backyard? Yeah. But I don't have the money to do it. I don't think about it. You know what I mean? I don't sit here and wish that I had this and wish that I had that. I just make do with what I have. So I'm not thinking, sitting here, like, man, I really wish I had a grill. I just don't think about it, you know? I know they're not expensive. You could get a cheap one. Oh, I'm well aware. You get a coal grill, that thing's like $20. Okay, maybe not 20. But I know there's grills you can get. The point is, I don't have it. It's not a necessity. It's not something I think about. You understand? Every once in a while, like, oh man, 4th of July would have been nice to go out there and grill some chicken, grill a steak, grill some burgers and hot dogs for 4th of July and bring them in and have them with my wife. That would have been nice. And then after that, I never think about it ever again. So it's not, you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff you think about that when you have disposable income to spend and you're just like, here's something nice that I can do. I really haven't been in that position in a long time, man. It's been years. Ever since I got into these huge financial problems, all starting back in like 2017. I just haven't really gotten out of them, so I don't think about that. I don't think, I can just go buy a grill. No, I don't think about that. Did I have fireworks a long time ago? I never, you mean like me setting off fireworks? No. The only thing that we ever did was sparklers and those little pop things you throw on the ground. They go, they pop. No, I don't want to take any chance. When I was a kid, my parents were like, they didn't want me to chance blow my hand off and shit. So I never had any kind of fireworks like that. No. All right. We got one more question. Then we're going to get started with Sonic. Let's get one more question. One more good one. Lay it on me. Mango, if you ask that dumb question one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to kick you out of the chat. It's the dumbest fucking thing you could possibly ask over and over. How is Jasper? He's good. Okay, that was it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Let's end the Level 1 podcast for today. Thanks for chilling with me. Let's get started with Sonic. Sound good? All right.